Jai Jai Shama, Jai Jai Sham, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Pyari Shama, Pyare Sham, Pyaro Sri Varsano Dham. वृंदावन धाम की जय, बरसाना धाम की जय. Ambrish ji tells us that even the dust of Vrindavan is a prasad of Shyama and Shyam, because they are always present in Vrindavan, and the dust that we feel when we are in Vrindavan has touched their lotus feet, and it comes to us as prasad. Radhe Radhe to all. Welcome to Krishna Bhakti Ras 43. Today's story is taken from Bhaktmal. Bhaktmal was written by Nabha Goswami, and he has described life stories and incidents in the lives of many, many devotees of Krishna. And this Granth is so pure that even Krishna himself loves listening to Bhaktmal. And today's story is of Karmaiti. Karmaiti was the daughter of Parshuram, who was a Rajguru in one kingdom in Marwar. She was a very spiritual girl. And when she came of age, of course, her parents decided to get her married. So they found a suitable boy, suitable family. The marriage was arranged. And the next day, the Bharat was supposed to come to their town. That night, Karmaiti was sleeping next to her mother. She was dressed in beautiful clothes, had on beautiful jewelries, but she could not sleep. She was thinking to herself that tomorrow I will get married, and then how will I pursue my bhakti? I will be in grihasth forever. Thinking like this, she was very sad. She said, if I have to make a decision, I have to make it now. From tomorrow, my life will change. You know, it is said that the best bhakti we can do is when we are young. The problem is that Maya and Kali Yuga are so strong that they don't release us. They hold us tight. And even those who choose to follow the path of bhakti are held back by others. I have many spiritual children who talk to me and say, Baba, I want to pursue bhakti, and they are pursuing bhakti. But they say our friends are making fun of us. Our parents are discouraging us. And everybody says, why? Are you already old that you want to do bhakti? But what is the guarantee that we will become old? Who has seen tomorrow? And it is said the best bhakti we can do is when we are young and strong, to build the foundation. If we don't build the foundation at that age, and we think when we get old, we will go to Vrindavan, buy an apartment and do bhakti, it will not happen. If it doesn't happen when we are strong and healthy, how is it going to happen when our eyesight becomes weak, when we cannot walk without a cane? It will not happen. The best time is to start when we are young. So Karmaiti was thinking like this, and she made a decision. She decided to leave the house. Immediately on the spot she walked out. Her mother was sleeping. She left the comfort of the house, the comfort of the mother. She went out in that beautiful sari that she was wearing, the jewelry that she had, and she did not look back. The next morning, when the mother woke up, she was surprised. She could not find Karmaiti next to her. So she looked around. She thought maybe she is somewhere around the house. She looked around, and after looking everywhere, she could not find her. Then she went and told her husband. And her husband, like I said, was a Rajguru. So he immediately went to the king and told the king. And the king sent out thousands of horsemen to go in different directions to look for Karmaiti. And our Karmaiti, the whole night she had been walking. She wanted to get as far away from Marwar as she could. When morning came, she saw in the distance horsemen were coming, and she panicked. She did not want to go back to that world anymore. And there happened to be a dead camel next to the road, and she went and hid inside the dead camel. Can you imagine? With all the smell and the blood, that was the only way that she could escape being detected. She went and hid there. And the horsemen came from Marwar. They went past her and kept going. They did not see her. 3 days she stayed inside that camel, till she saw finally the horsemen coming back from there and going back towards Marwar. 3 days she stayed inside. The moment she saw the horsemen had left and there was no more danger, she immediately kept going. She went to Mathura. And there she gave away all her beautiful clothes and jewelries. She gave it away. And she got some old clothes which she wore and headed for Vrindavan. Now Vrindavan, in those days, this was 800 years ago. And Vrindavan had been covered for thousands of years. It is only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago who discovered Vrindavan again. So when Karmaiti went there, Vrindavan was just a forest, it was a jungle, it was filled with wild animals. Was Karmaiti afraid? No. She was surrendered. She went to the banks of the Yamuna. She would pray the whole day on the banks of the Yamuna, and she would go and sleep in a tree at night. And when she was hungry, she would drink Yamuna Jal or eat fruits or leaves. And you know what? After a while, she even gave up wearing clothes. She was covering herself with banana leaves. She was not afraid. There were wild animals all around her. But Rakhe Ram, Tomare Kaun. And Krishna has proved it time and time again. He has proved it. Look at Bhakt Prahlad, Dhruv, look at Draupadi, Mirabai, King Bali, those who are surrendered, Krishna has never forsaken them. Karmaiti was happy. She had achieved what she wanted to achieve. But her father was not happy. Many years had passed. But the father was still angry. Because when Karmaiti left, the whole town, the whole kingdom had been gossiping, talking against his family. So one day he decided to go out and look for Karmaiti. He got leave from the king. For some reason he went straight to Mathura. He asked around. And they said, yes, a few years ago, a girl had come here, dressed in her wedding sari and jewelry, and she had gone away to Vrindavan. And they said that the person who goes there to cut wood, the woodcutter, tells us that she is still there. So the father went to Vrindavan. He saw Karmaiti. She was sitting in a tree. He called to her. She did not appear to hear him. It seemed that she was talking to her Krishna. After a while, when she came back to the worldly senses, she realized her father was there. And the father told her, you know, you left. You cut my nose in public. Meri naak kaat di. This is the first words that he told her. He had so much anger inside her. And you know what she replied? Actually, she did not even want to talk to him. But she replied, she said, the only nose we have, the only respect that we have is of our bhakti. If we don't have that, how can it be cut? And this is true even today. We are always worried. What will people say? Log kya kahenge? Most of the time we make our decisions based on the fact that log kya kahenge. Why do we let people run our life? It is our life. As long as we know we are doing the right thing, making the right decisions, we are not hurting anybody, why are we worried log kya kahenge? Why don't we worry what will Krishna think? We try to look good in the eyes of people. But then, when we think nobody is watching, we lie, we cheat. Krishna is watching. We can never hide from Krishna. Next time, instead of thinking, log kya kahenge, let us think, Krishna kya kahenge? What will Krishna think about us? The words of Karmaiti went deep into the heart of her father. And for sure, the darshan of such a powerful devotee had a strong impact on him. He realized in his heart that Karmaiti had made the right decision. He was at peace. Karmaiti then gave him a Shri Vigraha, which Yamuna had given her. She gave it to him and told him to go home and worship this Vigraha. And he did that. He went back to Marwar. He did not report to the king. He gave up everything. He was not worried about the gossip, about people, about anything. He went to his house and he just worshipped that Vigraha. One day, the king realized that my Rajguru has not yet come back. It has been so many months. So he himself went to the house of Parshuram. And Parshuram told him that He said, I've seen Karmaiti. I went and saw her. And now I too want to just do bhajan. I don't want to do anything else. The king agreed. And he asked the Rajguru, he said, can I go and take darshan of Karmaiti? And Parshuram said, yes, you may do that. But don't give her any orders, don't give her any instructions. Karmaiti is now on a different level from all of us. So the king went. He found Karmaiti. She did not even look at him. It is said that Mahabhagavats like her do not like to waste even 1 second of their bhajans. Even if you go to them and offer them Indralok, Brahmalok, they don't want all that. They are happy with their Krishna. They are happy with their bhakti. But the king was happy. He had seen her. He had a hut made for her and a well dug for her. In case she wanted that, he wanted her to have that convenience. And then he left. Everyone was at peace. And Karmaiti, she was in her own world, the world of Krishna. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. Thank you for listening. Radhe Radhe.